everyone, Leslie from Discovery Fabrics. Today I'm going to talk to you about tracing cloth. Now I know a lot of people have preferences for how they like to trace off their patterns, and for those of us that don't have projectors and are still tracing patterns, I wanted to talk about what we prefer to use, which is actually polypropylene. Now, for many years we used to buy tracing cloth. We preferred it to paper because, first of all, it doesn't rip. It's durable, you can iron it. There's many benefits to using a tracing cloth. But during the COVID pandemic, we ended up buying a lot of polypropylene for making mask filters. And we discovered it was really great and much less expensive than the tracing cloth that we had been buying. So we have just recently brought in more because although we liked it, we wanted it to be a little bit lighter. So we now have a much lighter version of tracing cloth. I've just cut a section of it, and as you can see, it's very wide. I'm just going to have a look here. The width is around 60 inches wide. So most of the time when you buy tracing cloth, you'll notice that it's much narrower than this, but because this is actually not intended for tracing cloth, it's intended for the furniture industry to go in the backs of couches, that kind of thing, sofas, to hold in the foam, I guess you would say. But anyway, this is a great use for it. So I have here a pattern. This is actually one of our in-house patterns. We manufacture swim diapers. I don't know if you knew that, but that's one of the things we've manufactured for many years. And I just want to show you how you can see through this so easily. Now usually I'll use pattern weights, which I just happen to get at yard sales. They're actually exercise wrist and leg weights, and they work really well. But you can see so easily, and then you can simply draw on this paper. I'm not going to draw on it now because I'm actually going to be using this in a little while for a real pattern. Very easy to see between sizes. And what I love about tracing cloth is once you cut out your piece, depending on the type of fabric that you're cutting out, often the piece that you've traced off will sit right on that fabric, especially on fleeces and other fabrics that got a little bit of a nap, and you don't even need pins. So sometimes I'll just take my pattern and put it right on top of my fabric, put a few fabric weights on it, no pins, and just cut it out. One of the other things I really like about tracing cloth is that you can sew it. So if you're wanting to, say, fit your garment to you, you can just sew it. If you want to, you can baste it. I didn't baste it here, I actually used a small stitch. But I often have made a jacket pattern and then tried it on, done some adjustments, and then fixed it on the pattern and then used that pattern piece. One of the other things I really like about it is it's very long lasting. So I have patterns that I've made out of tracing cloth that I have used hundreds of times. So it's really economical for using for when you want to have one of your best patterns, taking your master patterns, saving those, and just tracing off the sizes that you're going to use a lot. So I just wanted to share that with you. So we now have it on our website. It's under tracing cloth. And if you have any questions about this or anything else, you can ask in our Facebook group, So Inspired by Discovery Fabrics. Thanks for watching.